My Miami, it's a one-of-a-kind combination of bold, vibrant art, warm waters, and extraordinary trails. It's what I like to call my art venturous side. This is my Miami. What's yours?
Well, hello, and welcome to this preview of Unleash Your Audacious Confidence. And, I am so thrilled with the next guest that we have. But before she comes on, before I introduce you to her, because she is actually here live with us today for this preview, I just want to welcome you to this preview episode where we're going to share a little bit, give you a sneak peek of what's to come on our show live at 5 p.m. Eastern on Win Win Women TV. And before we do that, like I said, I just wanted to share that this preview episode is brought to you by Art Venture Miami. So visit miamiandbeaches.com to have your own art venture here in Miami. I would love for you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Our YouTube channel is growing. Thank you so much. Thank you for all of you who are subscribing to our channel. We have a lot of content around leadership, around confidence, and I'm actually going to go back into some of my roots and start doing some videos on beauty and style, because that's something that's people have been asking me for. So give the people what they want. But I'm going to start doing some of that next year. And so please go ahead and subscribe to youtube.com/Alicia Curry. And we'd love to have you and share what we're doing there. And then, of course, always check out redcarpetceo.com, because there you'll see all the replays of the shows. There'll be links to the replays to shows. So if you miss any of our episodes, if you miss our podcast or these live web shows, you can always check us out on redcarpetceo.com. And not only that, this show that we're about to do live at 5 p.m. Eastern, you can check it out. There's a button, like when you scroll up past the picture of, the masthead picture. When you scroll up, there's a button that says we're live, and you can click on that button when the show goes live at 5, and you can join into the show. And we'd love to have you. If you can't be there live, the replay is available as well there. So don't worry, we got you covered on all fronts. Unleash Your Audacious Confidence show airs every Monday at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 Pacific on Win Win Women Network. And it replays on Roku, Apple, and Amazon TV. So again, there are multiple ways that you can see our show. So please go ahead and check us out. All right. Now I have the privilege and the pleasure to introduce to you Sue Kastensen. Did I say that? I think I said that incorrectly.
Nope, Kastensen, that's great.
Kastensen. Okay, Sue Kastensen. It's a little bit of a tongue twister for me. But Sue is a reentry expert. So she deals with those who are incarcerated and helping them to be productive members of society and helping them build the confidence that they need for reentry into society, so that recidivism rate is lowered. But Sue has a very interesting background as well. I mean, the more I peel this onion back, the more conversations I have with Sue, the more it's like, oh my gosh. So, I mean, you came highly recommended to me from a previous guest, but my goodness, this has been amazing. Just the little time we've had to explore. So, first of all, share with us a little bit of your past, just so people can get a sense of who you are.
Great. Thank you so much, Alicia, for allowing me this opportunity to share my work and myself. So a little bit from my past, I actually was a kid in the system, and I know the gray hair defies that, the acceptance of that idea. And in fact, that is like so not the norm, right? Clearly, I was born quite a while ago, and I'm a female. So people just don't generally put person like me in that group. So I have a lot of passion from my history, which kind of surprised me as I learned about the reentry experience of a employee that I hired on the recommendation of another employee when I had a little lip balm company in the town where I live.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
So you hired someone who was previously incarcerated, and that kind of gave you an insight into how the system is working and how whether it works for or against someone.
And gave me a lot of, I'm like a professional meddler. And so I could see a lot of places that needed fixing.
Wow. All right. So we're going to talk a little bit more about that during the show. We're going to, understand a little bit more about your background as a child in the system, like how that happened, and then what, how this experience with this employee, because that's another untapped resource for a lot of people. Employers is, former inmates that have the skills that you're looking for. So I want to dig into that for a little bit. But I also, if we can, when we chat a little bit later, talk about women versus men. You mentioned that just now. People don't see a woman, like what those stigmas are like coming out for women versus men, and are the strategies for reentry different for women as they are for men. This show Win Win Women on Win Win Women is about women. And I also, if it's possible for us to really dig into women that are related to inmates, how does reentry affect them and their families? So I think we're going to really focus in on women and the experiences that they have with reentry themselves, or when a family member is coming home, the daughters, the mothers, how that dynamic, what that dynamic is like. So can we have those conversations a bit later and
Yes,
share?
it's going to be a lot to unpack. We'll touch the surface, but the website that I made for all stakeholders has some of the information too. So the listeners can then dig even more after our conversation on the Fair Shake website.
Absolutely. And the website is fairshake.net. And you can always email Sue if this touches home for you. If you find that, oh my gosh, I need more information on this, you can always email Sue as well, sue@fairshake.net. So why did you call the company Fair Shake?
Well, I feel like as I was getting to know this work, talking to different people, they would tell me all they want is a fair shake. And I was like, okay, well, I'll try to provide it.
Exactly. People just want a level playing field sometimes to get started from again.
That's right.
Now, I heard that you were a race car driver at some point in your life too, and you had a soap company that's now, owned by Dr. Bronner's that
That's
you
correct.
sold. So clearly, your reentry did not hinder you from being a successful businesswoman.
I like to think that it actually gave me some of this confidence, in part because I had to really believe in myself. It's very easy when you are ostracized from the community to feel like you are lacking. And so you have to do that self talk that says, I'm okay. And then while you're doing that and thinking of ways that you can make your way in the world, I think that's when it starts to say, well, I'm okay and I fit in right here. This is what I'm going to do.
So you made your own way. I love it.
That's right.
All right. So listen, we're having this conversation live at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 Pacific. Go to redcarpetceo.com. When you scroll up or down, however you say, you scroll up or you scroll down, there will be a button that says join the show. So you can come join the show live with us at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 Pacific. And Sue will give us the down low on reentry and how someone can have a successful reentry from incarceration and get a fair shake in the process. Thank you, Sue. All right, I'm going to bring this to a close, but we are all going to join. You're going to join us, right? Everybody's going to come join us at 5 p.m. on the Win-Win Women Network. Go to redcarpetceo.com. All right, thank you, Sue. I'll see you soon.
Looking forward to it. Thanks.
So I really think this is a valuable conversation. You know, the world of work that we are in right now, there are a lot of there's a lot of demand for talent. And so some of that talent that you're looking for could come from unlikely sources. So if you are looking to hire, this is a great show for you to listen to so that you can understand, you know, for you to even if you watch it on the replay, so that you can understand how to source really great talent from those who have re-entered society. And you know, I think that's an untapped market for a lot of employers. So join us, redcarpetceo.com, to check it out. And I just want to also share, if you would like to be a guest on any of our shows, our podcast or this web show, please go to redcarpetceo.com and you can fill out the form that says be a guest. And that sends us, you know, that sends you to our email to request a guest spot for one of our shows. So just go to redcarpetceo.com. And if you just want to know be in the know, what's happening, what's coming up, fill out that contact form so that we can stay in touch with you and share all the wonderful things that we have coming up for the rest of this year into next year. All right. So that is it for me. I really, really am looking forward to this conversation with Sue, and you should as well, because I think this is a valuable, it's going to be so valuable to understand how you can build confidence, even if you know someone who's incarcerated, how they can come out of that situation confidently and re-enter society, ready to be of value and stay out of prison, because we don't want people going back in over because they lack confidence and this is the only thing they know how to do. So come join us on the show, 5 o'clock Eastern, 2 Pacific, on winwinwomen.tv. All right, see you guys next time on another preview episode of Unleash Your Audacious Confidence next Monday, but I will see some of you later on today. All right, bye.